All right, so here's a quick video on number 25 of 7.1 inverse trig functions. So you have this planet, Sylvania, and there's a mountain. The mountain has an elevation of 1,440 feet, and it's the highest peak on the east coast of a landmass. And basically, what we want to know is how much sooner does the sunlight reach the peak of the mountain before it reaches the base of the mountain? So the planet's revolving and the sun is right here. And of course, there's more to it, but that's what we're going to look at for now. So, first of all, the radius of this circle, the planet, is going to be 2,540 miles. And then P represents the peak. So the peak is the radius plus the height of the mountain. And since it's in feet, we have to convert it to miles, which is there's 5,280 feet per mile. So that's where we get this number. And then the angle between these two is going to be the cosine of theta is this, 2540 over the peaks, 2540.27 bar. So how do we find this? We actually use the inverse function of cosine. So if cosine is this ratio, then the inverse cosine is going to be the angle. So then we found this to be 0.01465 using four significant figures. Now remember that the arc length is equal to the radius times the radians, which is theta. So the radius is still 2,540 miles. And then theta is this in radians. Make sure your calculator's set to radians. And you should get around, 30 to 40 miles. So I've got 37.22 miles. And then I want to set up a proportion. This, by the way, this is my arc length. So it's the part of that curve that the globe travels in the time that we're looking for. So the circumference is going to be 2 pi r, or 2 pi 2540, and the period is 24 hours. And then that's going to be proportional to the arc length over the time. And so here it can be a little bit tricky. When you're solving for this proportion, your calculator will automatically start multiplying to the numerator if you don't tell it you're multiplying to the denominator here. So when you put this in your calculator, make sure that you have parentheses around the entire denominator, and that should keep you straight. So you should get something like 0.0 something hours. And to get minutes, you're just going to multiply by 60. It says to the nearest two decimal places. So I have 3.36 minutes, and that is the answer to my original question right here. Okay, so pause if you need to. I pretty much ran it the same way the example did. The only problem I saw that you might encounter is that division with your calculator is going to try to multiply. If you just did divided by 2 pi times this, it's going to do divided by 2 and then times pi and then times this number. So you won't get the right answer. All right, hope this helps, and have a good day.